Welcome back to the FMV Archive. Today we are doing a puzzle walkthrough that is spoiler-free for the game Sleep Awake. This is just the puzzles on here, just the tricky stuff. If you want a full walkthrough that's 3.5 hours, this is not in it. We condense all that information to make it super quick and easy. And it starts right off with a little bit of a tricky puzzle in the flat. We're just going to go over the things that you need to complete this puzzle. You start in the kitchen, you read the book, and when you read this book, it'll give you, okay, this is what you need to do to make this serum for Amma, okay? Find the whatever that plant is in the room right next to it on the left wall. It is the purple plant right there. The room adjacent to that one, going closer to the original room, find the Nitocris plant, okay? Pick that one up. It's the glowing thing up top there. Just to the right of that, there's going to be a water pitcher. We're going to need to fill up this water pitcher, but you're going to find out when you twist it on that there's no water. You have to go up to the rooftop to get it. So we're going to go back to the original room that we started in, walk up the stairs. We sped it up a little bit so it's a little bit easier to understand. It doesn't take forever. Turn on the water. Now we're going to go all the way back down to that water pitcher where we found that Nitocris plant. We're going to turn on the water. Now we've got a filled water pitcher, okay? That is the third part of it. The fourth part, I swear this is hidden. The Artemisia plant. It is impossible to see. How do you know that behind that black curtain is where you need to go? So this is in the original room that you start by the lit plants. Just to the left of that, there is plastic that you go through. The plant is in there. Pick up the plant. That is the fourth thing that you need to get for this one. So fifth thing, find the cymatic disc. This is in where that ritual room is, where the kneeling pad is. There's a little fireplace type hidden door there. Open up that. We're going to go in this tiny room. This is the only time you're ever going to need to go in this tiny room. So it looks like you're going to need to replace a missing fuse in there, but you never do that. Pick up the cymatic disc. Now we need to find the tuners. The tuners are in the same room as the ritual room with the knee pad on there. Find those tuners. Pick those up. We're going to need that to complete the ritual. And you need to put these tuners in a very specific order to complete this ritual. So we're going to sit down at the kneeling pad. And there's a little bit of a pace here of things that you need to do. You need to get that water, fill it up. It actually looks pretty cool. We sped it up a little bit. Put the cymatic disc in there. It'll spin around. Now we got to put these tuners in here. You'll see top right 1, top left 2, bottom right 3, bottom right 4. That's the order that you put these tuners in. When you do that, you're going to get a little cutscene, boom, done, off that. After that, you'll go in the kitchen and you'll make this serum. It's kind of self-explanatory, so we're not going to show you all the steps to make this serum here, but that is the final step to get that. Now we need to take that to Amma. That is kind of the next thing in here. This is escape the freezer. I put this in here just because I got stuck on it for a while. It goes black when somebody's chasing you here. You have to kneel down. Okay, and there's a little vent right there. I got stuck on that. It took me like 3 minutes to do that, so I'm putting it in here so you don't get stuck doing that one. So, okay, now we've escaped the freezer. We get into this kind of creepy room with a crowbar. I call this the crowbar prison cell, okay? So you take this crowbar out. We're going to go over to the locked door, which is in the cell. It's right behind you. We're going to use the crowbar to get that thing out. This one really wasn't self-explanatory when I did. I got kind of stuck on it, I'm embarrassed to say. Pull this block over the door that you've opened the crowbar with. Pull this over to that door. When you connect it to that thing, you can now jump on it and jump through the little hole that goes above the door and get out of there. I could not figure that out for the life of me. It took me probably 10 minutes to do this. It should take you about 30 seconds if you know what you're doing. So now we get past this electric guy right here. Again, it's pretty easy, but we're going to put it in here anyway because I know some people got stuck on it. You need to get a conductor. That's kind of behind you and to the right to what we're looking at right here. And it's going to be this weird, almost like a music box, but kind of twisted and sadistic here. So grab the conductor, place it near the switch, flip the switch, and crouch as it's going around like a carousel in here. You're going to crouch to get through it, to get through to the next part there. Again, not the hardest puzzle, but a little bit tricky. Tip for getting through the theater. Don't sneak past these guys. Run. Run, 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 run. You're going to see that screen a whole bunch of times because you're going to die a million times like I did. Find the missing key. This is soon after you get through the theater part there. Answer the phone, okay? It is behind that room where you're in, okay? You're going to answer that phone, and right behind you, take that key that is hidden there. The clue on that is number 71. Okay, that's important because we're going to take that to kind of lockbox number 71 in the room that had the prison door in it. Open that up. This is where we find the key. You get around it, and it is connected to the mouth of this person or something. Didn't get a chance to look at it really well, but I like these kind of like sleep chambers that they had for people in here. So you take the key, take that into the prison cell, open it up. Right after that is the CCTV door puzzle. You go to the first room, you make it green, and you're going to get this like kind of mossy door there. That opens up a new room directly across from that room you were into it. Okay, hit that button twice. You hit that button twice, that is going to get you the first time it gets you that door. The second time it gets you this door, which is an actual open door. So when you hit it twice, disable electric panel. This is not hard, but if you don't realize that that thing moves, you're going to get stuck there. That's how you disable electric panel. Check the water tanks. After you give everything to Amma, you go back to your apartment. First thing you do, you turn it off. Now we're going to go to each tank, each side of it, open the right valve, then the left one. This makes it a little bit easier because it helps you, especially with time. You're going to find out that the water explodes and you need to move these tanks. Pull out that tank on the left, then go to the right tank, and we're going to push that tank over to where the left tank was. All right, then we're going to pull out tank to the right, and now we're going to connect each tank. After we connect each tank, we can go back over to the on-off switch, turn it on, and this, if you don't do it that quickly, sometimes the room will fill up with water and you'll die. So you actually, if doing it in this order helps you do it a little bit quicker. Gain access to the security door. This is when you get into your dad's original office here, okay? So we're going to read this first one. The answers are all around you. Look to the heavens is one of the clues in there. I'll show you where the clues are in here, but you don't need to find these clues. You can just put in the answers on there. There's this kind of hangman type of thing, kind of two moons type of thing, and if you look towards the ceiling, there's another one. Here's the secret shade, select the shaded symbols right there. Select all of those on each one of them. It doesn't matter which one you input it into, it's going to get you to it. After you select all those, you flip that switch, and boom, the hidden vault in the painting. We've never seen that trick before in a mystery story, huh? A couple things in there. The only thing that's important is the key. That's the key that we're going to use, excuse me, on the door to get out of here. So use that in the door. You can use the chess piece in it. I think it gets you a trophy on it. Sauce. These are super easy. All you do is don't look at them. They look really hard. They look really intimidating. All you have to do is look away and you can get past these things. You can be 2 feet away from these things and you can get away. Okay, the Fathom is after that. Not going to show you the whole thing for this. Just go towards the white light. You know, they always say go away from the white light if you're in a hospital and dying. But no, go towards it. And this will get you, it takes a while to do, but Dad's quarters. When we get to here, this one gave me trouble for some reason. We need to raise that ball out of there. Okay, so what do we need to do that? First, we're going to climb the ladder, which is by the bookcase here. You see this right here? That's one of the symbols that we need. This is another one of those. Change the directions on those things and get it. Upstairs, spin the globe. That is going to get us to the next symbol that we need. It is hidden on this globe. We're going to speed it up. Then we're going to get there. Come on, keep right there. That's the one we need. A little trident type of thing here. Okay, the letter opener is right behind you in that upstairs room. You're going to open that up. You're going to pull this out. What a letter opener. Holy cow. And you're going to get that symbol here. Okay, those are the 3 symbols that we need to take downstairs to put in these. Enter all symbols. Flip the switch. That will start raising the ball there. You'll see this one. There we go. And we'll get that onto the trident there. No, that one is the little upside down hangman guy. Flip the switch. You'll see that we've done one of the pieces of the triangle there. Ball starts to raise. Okay, the next thing that we need to do, we need to, okay, you can go over there. You can sing to this thing if you want to now, and it'll rise a little bit higher. Okay, that's cool. Examine this weird object here. Now, you have to flip this around a couple times, and it'll get you that thing where you can actually touch it. Touch that, open it up. You got a key now. Take that key to the locked door, which is kind of to the left of where you're looking right there. Get the tape, play the tape. Kind of self-explanatory right here. Now, when we're playing the tape, you will find out that this thing even goes, you know, higher and electrifies and kind of comes to life. What this thing really is, this is the sound that your dad has recorded. I don't know. It's spoiler-free. We're not going to tell you about it. Sing. This will raise it the whole way out, okay? And this will get you to another little chase scene, as I like to call it, where you follow around this being that starts walking around. This one is the Align Obscure Crown. Okay, I'm not going to show you this whole thing because it's more of a feel thing. You've got to try to make these pieces come together. And I'm going to show you it here visually. I think makes more sense than actually describing it. You got to walk around this room until the pieces start coming together. When they start coming together, keep following that path, whether it's usually backwards or something. But once you do that 3 times, you'll see all these pieces come together. That is what we were trying to do to align this crown together. When those all come together, boom, click. We get to this one, you're going to perform the ritual. This is the very last thing in the game. It's very self-explanatory, but just going to show you just in case you get stuck. There are 4 tuners around this lake, kind of like what we did with that first one, and you're going to just touch all these tuners and turn them on. Doesn't matter the order that you do it, just do it, boom, done. That is it. You have beat. Okay, there's that really cool thing walking. Again, they even show you, they're trying to show you how easy this puzzle is. That you walk up to this and just touch it, and there's 4 of them around there. Now, boom, complete, done, sleep awake, spoiler free. I'm not going to show you the ending of it because that is actually the last boss on this game here, I think. That's kind of how it ends up, but the game is stunning visually. Very fun visually. The puzzles, they're okay. Some of you can get tripped up on. And a lot of the other stuff in between is just kind of running around looking for stuff, doing almost fetch quests, I would say. If you learned anything from this video, if it made it any easier for you to get through, please hit subscribe, please hit like, because we're going to do a lot more walkthroughs for different other types of games. Dead Take is a great game, which kind of is in this vibe, but we have a great walkthrough for that if you ever want to get that game. A lot of fun to play. If you like Sleep Awake, get Dead Take. I think you'll like that very much as well.